To understand how these blueprints are shaping industries and the region's innovation landscape, I spoke with Wang Xingxing, founder and CEO of China's Unitree Robotics, Bicheng, the CEO of BrainCo, and Zeng Yuqun, chairman of CATL. They shared their insights on how technology, sustainability, and cooperation are redefining the future of Asia's innovation landscape. Take a listen and take a look. Xingxing, so good to see you. Thank you so much for being with us on the sideline of the APEC CEO Summit. What do you make of the cooperation, especially in the fields of robots, you and your peers in the Asia Pacific?
Our company has long been focused on overseas business, with extensive partnerships across the Asia-Pacific region. In fact, I've been meeting potential partners today to discuss new business collaborations. Promoting the adoption and application of robotics globally is something I find truly meaningful.
Artificial intelligence in the fields of innovation is really the key this time at the APEC CEO Summit. Now, on robots, it works so much with the latest technologies of AI. Where do you think is the trend, and how do you think you can cooperate with the business leaders here?
目前的话 ，AI 是全球都非常关注的一个领域，然后让 AI 真正的去干活，就离不开机器人。
Artificial intelligence is now a global focus, and robots are essential to bringing AI into real-world action around the world, including in China and across the Asia-Pacific. In countries like Japan and the Republic of Korea, there's growing momentum to equip robots with stronger AI capabilities so they can perform real tasks in factories, homes, and beyond. That's why robotics has become such a key area of innovation and cooperation. Ultimately, this is a shared global goal: to empower robots with advanced AI and integrate them into daily life, driving humanity toward the next stage of civilization. While AI has made remarkable progress in language and interaction, the real challenge lies in enabling robots, under AI's guidance, to do things, to work, assist, and create value in diverse environments, from homes to farms to factories. This is where international collaboration becomes vital. The vision is clear and shared. Just as electricity and the steam engine once transformed human civilization, AI-driven robotics can usher in a new era of progress. I believe that within the next 5 to 10 years, this dream is entirely achievable, bringing greater well-being to people around the world.
我觉得是非常有可能的事情。
那从您这个企业的角度，这个 AI 的应用，目前您正在努力哪些方向呢？
我们目前还是非常直接的，就希望在机器人用 AI 驱动机器人更好的做事情。
Our main focus is very clear. We aim to make robots truly capable of doing things through AI. Whether it's dancing, working in factories, or assisting in agricultural settings, our goal is to help AI learn, adapt, and work effectively. This is one of the biggest global challenges today, but also one of the most meaningful. The pace of progress in AI and robotics has accelerated significantly this year compared with last year. I believe that within the next 1 to 2 years, we may see the emergence of truly general-purpose robotic AI, capable of operating in various real-world environments, from shopping malls to offices and homes.
就是它在专属性领域，比如说，专门只是端茶倒水一个工作，或者专门只是说，把一个零部件装在一起，这个目前。
The biggest challenge right now lies in generalization. While robots can already handle specific, repetitive tasks well, they still struggle to adapt to complex, unfamiliar environments without retraining. Achieving this level of flexibility, true general intelligence in robots, is what the entire industry is striving for.
在陌生环境下，你不需要重新学习，它都可以去干活了。
那你在每天怎么努力呢？比如说最近的小目标是啥？
公司主要还是偏向硬件领域的，我们还是希望给全世界提供更加。
On a practical level, since our company focuses on hardware, we're working to provide a better, more reliable robotic platform globally, one that can seamlessly integrate with advanced AI systems. We believe this vision can only be realized through global collaboration. Over the past years, the development of AI, renewable energy, and robotics has always been achieved collectively. No single company can achieve this alone. Our approach is to work closely with global partners and clients to advance robotics together.
Look at the NVIDIA now becoming a $5 trillion company. Quite interesting. So what do you think about, the question really is, how do you look at the cooperation you are having, Unitree is having, with your partners along the supply chains, especially when there are complexities and uncertainties?
对，目前的话，因为机器人领域确实也不是说短短1、2年刚冒出来的事情，它这个时间已经非常长了。
Our company has been around for 9 years, and we've seen steady, healthy growth in the industry. Companies like NVIDIA have provided the foundational chips and software. We focus on making robotics hardware more capable and adaptable, and other companies and research institutions contribute specialized software and AI models. This collective effort from enterprises, universities, and innovators worldwide has driven remarkable progress. Although the industry is still in its early stages, the growth has been rapid and encouraging. Year by year, the advances are visible and substantial. I believe this spirit is not only the most valuable form of collaboration, but also the most effective path toward realizing the ultimate dream of intelligent, human-assisting robots.
那个合作伙伴，所有的大家对这个领域的共同做出来的，而不是单单说我们一家公司或者单独某一家公司的。
You are going to look for the best and most reliable because you have a lot of options.
大家是希望这样，但实际上没有那么好选。
People often want to be selective when it comes to partnerships, but in reality, it's not that simple. Our approach is relatively open, because before you actually start working together, it's hard to tell who will turn out to be the best partner. Especially in the age of AI, it's difficult to judge who's doing better, since AI development is full of uncertainty. Sometimes one company makes a sudden breakthrough, and then another does the same soon after. You can't always predict how things will evolve.
On that, recently China and US presidents met with one another in Busan, not far from where we are. And there is a long list of readout coming from the Chinese side. I'm sure as an entrepreneur you have read it yourself. What do you make of the latest interactions as a business person?
That's why, in this era of globalization, the key is collaboration. Everyone should work together and contribute, because no one can truly foresee what the future holds. The direction of our time is clearly toward cooperation and mutual benefit. With open dialogue and shared effort, we can push this common vision forward and make life better for people everywhere.
Talking about that, also, what do you make of the cooperation and competition?
对，我觉得对于像机器人行业，大家也关注到非常火热嘛，所以竞争其实也比较激烈。
The robotics industry is booming, but it's also highly competitive. Yet, if we look beyond competition, we'll see that even competitors are part of the same ecosystem. The most important thing is to grow the industry itself, to make the pie bigger. Once the industry expands, questions of competition become secondary. Over the past year, for example, the sector has seen strong growth, increased funding, and expanding market share for many companies. Healthy competition only works when the overall industry is thriving.
We see some latest trends, for example, a company like yours have done something really fantastic in one field of robotics. And you will see everybody jump onto the same field. And therefore, there's a tremendous competition, sometimes unfriendly, sometimes only about price. However, there are enormous amount of areas that have not been explored. So as an entrepreneur, what do you make of this phenomenon? How to change this phenomenon for better?
对，目前因为竞争是不可避免的一件问题，也不可逃避。所以我觉得刚才有提到，最大的点就是我们还是突破边界。
Our goal, therefore, is to expand boundaries, develop new products, explore new markets, and keep growing the scale of the industry. Competition is inevitable, but stagnation is dangerous. If innovation and progress stop, the industry risks falling into an unhealthy cycle. The real priority is to keep imagining, innovating, and building for a larger and more dynamic future.
点还是要更大的想象空间吧。 做更多面向未来、面向更大市场规模的一些产品。
As the founder of Unitree, I'm sure you have a long list as to what to do now in order to guarantee what you just said, innovation and progress in products. Can you tell us what is that list, at least on the top priority?
Most of my spare time I spend thinking, especially about technology and products. I actually spend quite a lot of time on this. Although my time is a bit fragmented at the moment, I do a lot of thinking while traveling on business. Two things are particularly important. What products I should build in the next few years so people will like them, and which technologies we can break through in the coming years. These are not things to wait for. You have to start working on future technologies now.
There are so many things you have to do. So how would you update yourself about the latest trends in the industry that's changing so fast?
I also try to reflect constantly, monitor customer feedback, follow the latest papers and findings, pay attention to what's happening in the world, summarize lessons learned, and apply those insights to future products. That continuous observation, reflection, and iteration is very important.
Now, earlier, China has enjoyed the so-called DeepSeek moment. Many have realized it's not just scaling law, but rather with limited resources, one can also have an innovative edge of artificial intelligence. Now, in your field, how is that going to impact where you are going?
其实对于脑结果来说，它已经有相当长的这个历史了。
Actually, brain-computer interfaces have a fairly long history. So, people have been anticipating the so-called DeepSeek era in this field. But I believe progress here will be gradual. Many of the problems we're tackling are related to neurological disorders and brain diseases like helping autistic children speak, which requires a very long time. We've been working on this for 7 or 8 years already. We are currently systematically pursuing medical device certification, as this is a highly serious endeavor. For instance, another globally renowned BCI company, Musk's Neuralink, has also been in development for nearly a decade and is similarly awaiting medical device certification. Therefore, I believe that, when truly mature solutions, such as their approach to addressing blindness or our work on autism and insomnia, receive medical device certification, it will mark a pivotal moment.
这些经过这个医疗仪器认证之后，我觉得这可能会是一个非常重要的一个时刻。
Is it going to be much competition, for example, between you and also Neuralink?
我不会觉得这是一个竞争。
I don't see this as a competition, because we're all striving to solve problems that plague people and cause immeasurable suffering. For instance, in the United States today, approximately 1 in every 28 newborns may exhibit varying degrees of autism spectrum symptoms, yet no medication currently exists to treat it. Brain-computer interfaces are now viewed as a potential technological approach to intervene and potentially resolve this issue. I believe we're collectively working to alleviate human suffering and address humanity's challenges. Moreover, I don't think that two technical approaches, invasive and non-invasive, will lead to genuine competition.
而且我觉得侵入式和非侵入式两个技术路线，它并不会带来真正的竞争。
In China's 15th five-year plan, the area that you are working on has been identified as one of the 6 important categories for future innovation. So as a result of that, what it means for your industry and also for your company?
其实这是令我们非常感到振奋的。
This is truly exciting news for us. In the recent opinions and suggestions regarding the 15th five-year plan, brain-computer interfaces were explicitly identified as a crucial future industry for China over the next 5 to 10 years. It was even included among the 6 major industries, as brain-computer interfaces represent a vital technological framework capable of addressing countless brain disorders and future interaction challenges. As one of the oldest companies in this field, with over a decade of history and arguably the highest R&D investment in China, we are delighted to see the nation increasingly prioritizing this sector. This represents tremendous encouragement for us. Simultaneously, I believe we must accelerate the industrialization of this technology to ensure it genuinely benefits more people.
这个产业化，让它真正能帮助更多的人去使用到这样的技术。
Now you're working so hard on innovation and application and the interactions between the two. But in terms of innovation, what is the key technologies that you are working and keenly working on right now?
其实我们主要有2条线。
We primarily have 2 main lines of work. The first involves developing supersensors, essentially devices that detect neural signals from the human brain and body. After these sensors capture the neural information, we then analyze the intentions it represents. Our second main line of work is addressing specific human suffering. For instance, children with autism, who cannot speak. We employ countless methods, including intervention, rewards, and neural modulation, to help them begin communicating verbally. For individuals struggling with insomnia, we provide highly effective solutions enabling rapid sleep onset. Thus, our dual approach follows 2 distinct paths, one advancing technological development, the other solving concrete problems.
Technology has become such a field for cooperation, but also competition. There are a lot of factors beyond your control. For example, geopolitics. For example, export controls. How do you as a business leader make of all these issues? And how would you be able to work on the goals, as you said, on 2 grand goals, right? Work on the goals without being disturbed much by all these moving factors.
其实我觉得，无论是搞科研还是创业，
Actually, I believe that whether it's conducting research, starting a business, or running a company, one will inevitably face countless challenges. Our team has grown accustomed to pushing forward amidst various difficulties. Brain-computer interfaces have a century-long history, and throughout this time, countless individuals have sought to turn them into real-world products. Therefore, since founding this company, we've been prepared for these obstacles. While there are indeed some geopolitical issues in the short term, I believe that, in the long run, if this technology truly matures, it won't belong to any one region. It won't be exclusively American or Chinese technology. It will be something everyone needs. So, looking ahead, we remain very optimistic. We believe that when this technology achieves a true breakthrough, people in every country will need it. So, whether this technology is developed by the United States or China, once it matures, I believe everyone will embrace it.
我觉得大家都会去拥抱这个技术。
In the 15th five-year plan, there's a specific sentence that needs to be self-reliant and self-independent. As an entrepreneur in China now, what does that mean to you?
实话实讲，我觉得
To be honest, I believe this applies equally to both nations and enterprises. When it comes to core technologies, we must possess the capability to thoroughly research and understand them, then transform them into tangible products, rather than relying on borrowing or learning from other companies or regions. That's why, from day one, we've placed immense emphasis on independent R&D, building our technologies and products from the ground up. Take brain-computer interfaces, for example, a field with a century-long history. When we founded our company, we resolved to completely redesign brain interface hardware. We discarded existing mature product forms because I believe those legacy solutions were fundamentally incapable of serving millions of users. They were confined to laboratory settings, perhaps usable by 20 people at most, but never designed for 10 million users. So, from day one, we started anew. We discarded everything from the past. I believe many Chinese companies today share this drive, to start from scratch, learning nothing from existing solutions.
任何东西，我自己从头做。
There's a lot of competitions. Some are great and friendly competitions. Others are interesting competitions, if I could use those words. For example, price competitions. It is healthy, some argue, for the customers.
Right.
However, too much price competition might lead innovation nowhere.
Yeah.
So what do you make of that?
Competition, free competition is good, okay? But it defined in the rule-based competitions. What kind of rule? We call it, we have international rule, for example, respect IP, respect innovation. So we are trying to compete to add in the value to the products, not only on price. Value and the price is different. For example, if we can make the battery, for example, the battery, right? Well, car battery. Everyone wants to buy a car. What's the residual value of my car 3 years later? So if the battery can lasting much longer lifetime, cycle times, then it would be different. Because initial price may be higher, But each cycle, each kilometer range will be much less money. Then how can you realize this? For example, if you're single consumers, you cannot do that by yourself. That's why we do the battery swapping. Maybe you know now, recently we're doing with Jingdong, right? Yes. There's very, a lot of, attract a lot of attention because you no need to buy the battery. You no need to own the battery. I just leasing, just rental the battery for every month's usage. So consumer will be, in case of solid state battery coming, right? If I buy a battery, then the new technology coming, my battery become, behind. It's not good. But if you're leasing current battery, this battery in the future it can return to the companies.
Right. But can this solve the problem of the unhealthy, so to speak, price competition?
Yeah, this is a very good way to solve the problem because people not compete over current price. They compete of the value of the whole life. So who can create the best value, longer value, who will win.
Do you see that the price competition as the biggest obstacles for you as a business?
The price competition is, I need to convince my customer, say, the value creation is most important. Say, what kind of value bring to your products? For example, we have, fast charge. We have a killing battery, which can lasting for, 1,000 cycles, 1,000 kilometers, one charge. We can have fast charge. This create some of the customer listen what we said. That's why we join hands together to promote their product to the market. Then this market is acceptable for this because consumer want to have fast charge, right? Easily like gasoline stations. So some of the brand name, very good sell. Some customers say, I'm thinking about how to make it like lower cost. Then we help them to make it like a standard battery, to share this battery pack with so many customers. Then we have very good manufacturing, non-stop manufacturing, is a big, the standard products. So different customers have different requirements. But more focus for me is still technology create a value. That's why I'm more focused on R&D to roll out the new things. So, for example, we have four innovation area. One is the new materials. Cannot just look at the iron phosphate. Cannot just look at the NCM, right? You're still beyond that. Right. Beyond that, what's technology? For example, sodium battery, this whole system, right? We get rid of lithium, we put the sodium there. Then sodium, how can sodium make a good products? It's a lot of things. And also we're now working on a lot of effort on a solid state battery. If we have looked out these products, then we really can change the game, right? Mm-hmm. Then another area we need to look in at is how to make this product really safe, reliable. So we have what we call extreme manufacturing. We have to control the defect rate under 1 ppb, 1 parts per billion. Right. It's not talking about 1 parts per million. So if we do that, then we can consider reliability. Mm-hmm. How can you lasting 20 years, 25 years? Because inside the battery, there's so many side reactions. For example, at least 200 plus side reactions. How to control, identify these side reactions. How to design around these side reactions. How to reduce the side reactions. Then make sure your reliability is good and the safety. So all this is my extremely focus. But all this area, we have to convince our customers, at least will create value for you. Then we can sell this product to customers.
You are walking so fast. There are others who are scratching their heads and say, where is my cup of tea? Mm-hmm. How can I be part of this? Easy. Is China and Robin and his company gonna always be a big chunk of it and have no place to sit in this industry anymore?
If we put a lot of money in the innovation and R&D, they can talk to us and say, oh, Robin, this technology is very good. Can I license from you? So we have a rule base. This rule base we call the United Nations rule base. Yeah. Respect the IP. So I come to talk to you and say, can I license your technology to make a similar product?
That has been the practice earlier, right?
Exactly. But now, no, the practice for this is everyone know that.
But I really wonder, what about cooperation among the business leaders?
I think there's three common things. Yeah. Number one, everyone most of the business leaders believe sustainability for the future development or zero carbon society have to be there because of climate change, because a lot of things happen here. This is, we say, we have a common understanding, yes. We can say that. Number two, every business leader, they have a burden. They need to report to the shareholders, how can we make a profit next quarter, right? This is common things. The third common thing is they all agreed that CATL in this field have the ability to help them. So with these three consensus, understandings, then we try to figure out each one different. Someone is a European guy, some is US, some is Asia Pacific, some is, they have different environmental, different needs. That's why we need to provide different solutions to them. The reason I try to participate is a more international discussion. There's two things in behind. Number one, since we have the good technology and industry.
You need to let people know. You also need to support others,
Right.
Vice versa.
Right. We need to support them. We need to help them together to make this business strong and growing in a sustainability way. So this is my purpose to set up this company. Sure, we have another purpose, right? One purpose is try to help my hometown to get rid of the poverty. Now it's focused on doing this for the industry, for the whole human being, how to make it a sustainability with my angle, my small efforts. Number two behind that is usually people don't believe. Long time ago, because I'm working with all these European people, US people many years in my lifetime. So people don't believe a Chinese company, the technology really can help or really advanced. So we want to show them, to prove to them, say, we can help you to make this area, I don't say everywhere, I'll call this area, in the energy transition days, you will make profit.
And that's all the time we have for today. If you'd like to know more, search World Insight or check out our YouTube channel. Follow us on X and Facebook. I'm Tian on behalf of the team. Thanks for being with us. Bye.